the initial winners match right here will be deciding who moves out first of Group C. Gets himself into the second group stage right here. In the top left side, we got a red Protoss. Already being able to handle quite well one of the better Zergs available right now. He is Jeanette Greenwings Trap. His opponent in the blue, the bottom right side, he's fighting for ITaX, managed to take on Innovation. In quite a funky fashion. Let's see how he does against a Protoss this time around. He is RAGNAROK. Get that ITaX. Oh god, he's just trying to get a shot of that ITaX logo, and an Overlord just jumps in front of the camera. Fan-bloody-tastic. What a troll. Eightlings. Yeah, okay, this is just gonna be a hatchery first. Alright, sorry, the spawning pool first. So obsessed with the introductions there. Trap still making a pylon here, trying to delay that hatchery. Not a bad call. It's gonna cause these links to be a little bit delayed also, of course. It's allowing him to get that wall of completed. Get a zealot out there. Now, RAGNAROK, sometimes he does bring a lot of drones across as well. It's not going to be the case this time around. It is just pure links. How many links did he go up in total? So, yeah, 10 right there. So that is 5 drones not being created here. Let's see if he manages to get the value with these boys. Oh, he gets one link past the zealot, but the probe is there to hold the door. There's a couple of probes now as well being pulled out. That is kind of what you have to do in these types of situations. It's the safe way. He's made 2 zealots as well, by the way, so he's completely comfortable. If this was a link flood as well, he would have most likely held there. Solar will play against Innovation, yes. Later on, we'll get Innovation versus Solar going as well. That is happening at a later point in time. The Zealots and the Adept moving across here. I guess you may as well, right? You got those units now anyway. The wall seems safe. It just has the one simple Adept right there, but will not falter for now. Will Raggy make something happen here? Making a couple more links. Getting a bit anxious, it looks like. Another Adept here as well. Still quite a scary force here. If he gets himself in a good position, this could be quite a strong bit of damage, but Trap playing it safe, not going to risk those units for now. Checking to see if there's a third base. And I guess he's, like, if he's not even doing any damage here, he's probably going to cancel this as well. I mean, he's forced out more Zerglings out of RAGNAROK as well, right? He made him build, like, maybe 2, maybe 3 extra batches of links, which is pretty darn good as well. So that is, again, a bit of extra money being spent there by RAGNAROK that he otherwise would have been able to send into the drone production. It's now no longer being achieved. Coming in, Overlord will get the information that he is looking for, seeing the Oracle being built in a Stargate. Gonna be able to respond to that rather quickly. Trap moving out again here. RAGNAROK still on 2 bases, by the way. This is starting to become a little bit worrisome. Okay, there we go. There's that 3rd base now. Making more links also. Should be enough to hold this this very handily. Unless if the positioning is just absolutely wild. Overlord, not his lucky day. Not his lucky day whatsoever. Alright, well, we're taking this even. I'm surprised that RAGNAROK let his economy fall behind this much, even after After him, of course, going for the spawning pool first, it feels like he's slowing it down even more so right now. He's making more links as well. He's making 10 links. He's went for the counter-attack right there on the other side. The Queen's trying to deal with the Oracles here. They are doing a good job. The Zerglings, though, are they going to be enough here? It's not really. It's quite close, but ultimately it's just barely not enough. He does manage to get the cancel on that base right there. Actually, that is a kill on that base. Was not anticipating that to be a kill. Alright, well, that is 400 minerals there. That did go down for trap, so the Wild Man once again showing us that, you know what, you don't need drones. You can just make things happen with a abnormal amount of links instead. Wants to get this cancel in his third again here. He's still behind on economy though, to be fair. Still not quite making everything go his way. Oh, this sentry though, that's a good pick-off. No, Raggy. No, Raggy. Bring them back. Bring them back home. Coming in again. Units being warped in, they do take a bit more damage, but still not going to be enough. Was solar trap close? I had 2-1 solar. It was, well, I mean, you know, it's, yeah, you could call it quite close. You could, yeah, sure, yeah. No. It was very close, very close. Alright, so 6 workers here go down as well. No, it was a little bit of a series right there, but Trap definitely looked like the supreme boy in charge right there. The nerd to slay them all. Ro16 for Ragnarok. Is he gonna go for another attack? This is a scary thing about Ragnarok. I'm just continuously looking at that production tab. Is he gonna go for it? Is he not gonna go for it? Is he just doing weird stuff like this? Suddenly more links here as well. Finding more damage. Finding some units. He's not finding complete and utter destruction of the Protoss race here. But you know what? Picking up some sentries here and there. He's helping out a little bit. He is just trading those links. Links not the most important unit in the game. But of course they could have been drones instead. So, and that's really what we're seeing being reflected here in that worker count. 52 right now versus 62. And that's the worrisome thing here. That's the real worry here. Ragnarok, he needs to make something happen with his army. He's got a lot of roaches. He's got a lot of links down the way. He's riding out. He's riding out to meet maybe his maker. Maybe the maker of Trap. Who knows? It's looking fairly okay, right? It is an army that if he does get right on top of all of those Stalkers with those Zerglings, Roaches and Ravages all hitting in at the same time, that could work out, but the problem is there's so many sentries here. That's a good surround with those links, though. Shield Battery helping out a ton as well at this moment in time. The Immortal does get picked off, but we need to see a target on that Shield Battery. There it goes down. All the links have been cleaned up, though. It doesn't feel like they managed to do anything. And, yeah, that is unfortunate here for Ragnarok. He's going to have to kind of run back home again to a economy that is not looking all too pretty. To a army count that is now decimated as well. He's gonna have to remake those roaches, remake a ton of links here, even though he wants to start making drones most likely. Making another base as well. I mean, this is GG territory for certain. But I mean, this man would not be the most hairy of wild men in the West, if he... Well, it's in the East, actually, isn't it? In the East. If he wouldn't try to make something happen here. The top right side, a single Zealot. Trying to figure out what's going on here. These two Zerglings as well, finding some expansions here. Both of them. Man, whenever I see big clumps of overlords like this, I'm reminded of the... Wasn't there like something in the books for the first initial StarCraft II? About the Phoenix, how like, a lot of Zergs, they like to put all their overlords together in one corner, and if you get a Phoenix in there, that should be able to kill off all of the overlords. It's not gonna really happen that way, but always a fun little thing. The balloon gathering party. A lot of Stalkers here. It's gonna try to get another denial on that 4th base, it looks like, but... I mean, RAGNAROK keeping Trap at home here. Oh my god, he's gonna get on top of this Colossi. Is that actually gonna be able to get picked off here? It's getting really close. Oh, that one probe, it feels like that is actually the savior of this Colossus here, and together with that shield battery, of course. It was this special ability of the Phoenix. Imagine if Link can body block Colossi, then, I mean, they wouldn't be able to get underneath the Colossi. They wouldn't be able to get underneath. I mean, to be fair, that was really just, like, there was a single probe here that managed to safeguard that Colossi. If those Links kept being underneath that that Colossus there, that would have been it. That would have been a dead Colossus. That would have been pretty darn cool to see. Would have been worth it? I don't know. He lost a lot of Links because of it as well, but it would have been cool. It would have been cool, but you know what? Being blocked out by a single probe there as well, pretty darn impressive also. Very well played by Trap. Okay, running on through. That's a big surround here. A lot of Banelings as well. Oh my dear lord, is this going to be enough here? There's a lot of Archons. The Stalker's not really available at the moment in time. That's a lot of Roaches still as well. And he's not doing any economic damage, but he took out some of the more hefty tech units, I suppose. He's once again going to lose this Roach attack here. Did pick off the Immortals, did pick off the Archons. Got rid of one more Colossus there as well, I believe. But yeah, that is not really something here. No, Cosin, you don't understand. Everything Protoss does is imbalanced and unfair. I mean, he keeps winning games here, isn't he? I mean, it must be some reason. There must be some reason why he's doing this. GG. Bit early GG, no? I mean... No, I don't think so, Isaac. I can show you the, like the graph. You can see it right there right now. You can quickly take a look. That's the workers active. If the Zerg is below there with like 10 workers throughout the entire game, that is not a good sign. That is not a good sign at all. And we opened that up, right? We opened that up with a spawning pool. We opened with a very kind of aggressive play. 10 links were made. He didn't go for like 4 links to do a little bit of poking and prodding. He went up to 10 of them. 10. And that's 5 extra drones that you just don't have at that moment in time. He didn't manage to do anything. A couple of probes were pulled off the worker line, but that is not really an efficient way to make that trade happen, right? You would need those probes to be off the worker line for such an enormous amount of time to really let that be worth it in a way. Now, RAGNAROK afterwards going in for multiple Roach attacks and Zergling attacks, aggressions. Here and there he found some units, he found some value, but ultimately it felt like he just wasn't really getting those engagements. He wasn't really getting anything he needed, and that was ultimately his downfall. And slowly but surely he fell further and further behind. Okay. 1 point on the board. It's the red Protoss right here in the top right side. He is, of course, Jynna Green Wings. trap. In the bottom left side, we got ourselves a blue Zerg fighting for Alpha X. Is he going to get that hatch up in time? No, he is not. That was very close, though. He is Ragnarok. Felt like he really wanted to get that, actually. Like, he made... That has 3 extra links. That was a 15... attempted 15 hatch right there. That's insanely early. That is not supposed to be blocked anymore, Trap. That is... just really not supposed to be blocked. Although he does have 4 minerals here, or like a weird number. So it makes me think that Ragnarok probably made a drone, cancelled it, so in order to actually get that 15 hatch. So that on its own probably was the reason why he couldn't get that hatchery down, which is quite a bummer. Right? That would make sense why he has that weird number. Does that make sense? Can somebody smarter than me tell me if that is a correct assumption here that I'm making? Because it was like 294, right? In the minerals here for Ragnarok. Oh well. Still getting his hatch blocked. Unlucky. He did extractor trick. Ah, that could be the case as well. Yeah. Wait, why would you extract... Did he forget an overlord? That would make sense as also. I need to pay more attention. That's what I need to do. Here I am with all my diagrams and graphs, statistics. And here he had 1 less minerals. And I draw the red line, and it coincides with this hatchery timing right here, as you can see. That's not it. That's not all. Then there were eggs over here. 3 drones at the same time. Coincidence? Stargate opening here for Trap. Just doing the regular stuff. And a oracle coming out. When are the link floods gonna happen here? It's not gonna work out against oracles, of course, but I would anticipate it from Ragnarok at some point, right? It's inevitable. You don't know when, you don't know how, but he will at some point in every single match just run a ton of links suddenly over towards you, your side of the field. This is the power of having those hatcheries being blocked here for the Protoss, making it very difficult for the Zerglings to move back and forth, and those adapts. Finding 3 worker kills there, that's an okay bit of damage. It's gonna open this up perhaps a little bit for the Oracle also. There's 2 queens here, but still, let's see how much he gets. 2 more workers. Yeah, that's okay, that's okay. It's a nice bit of damage. Already having a probe on that 3rd base location as well, as Ragnarok is trying to deny that from going down. This will not be delayed by a very large margin. Oh. I do manage to get the probe though. Twilight Council behind this as well, so could still be some sort of a follow-up with the Adept Glaives here. Once again. Does seem to be one of his go-to strategies right now. But no, that is the blink play. The other go-to strategy we've been seeing him utilize here. Nine workers were killed. Ragnarok's still in an alright position worker-wise. And he just keeps finding units like this, doesn't he? Almost getting on top of them as well. Real Attila the Hun here, hunting down the poor civilians that are just going about their regular business. Suddenly the Zergling cavalry just comes in and tries to ruin the day right there. Road speed and a Spire on the way. The Spire does get scouted out here by Trap. We'll be able to see that coming in here. Fourth base in this bottom right location. Trap, of course, flew over this place over here, so he knows that there's no fourth base there. Knows what he needs to be doing at this moment in time. Ragnarok already sending a Zergling out as well to see whether or not this is going to be that denial on that fourth base attempt. Coming in a little bit closer every time we look back at those Stalkers. It's a big revelation there. All right, let's see those sentries in a pretty good position here, perhaps. But a big surround coming in from the other side as well. Does get spotted by the revelation. Trap wisely backs up here. It's not going to get the denial on that third base, but it's not going to lose his main army here, perhaps. Although, maybe I've been speaking too soon. This Zergling movement here from Ragnarok looking pretty darn good. It's going to wrap around this army, this force here. Oh, great pickup there with the War Prism just in the nick of time. Being able to grab all those sentries away. Those Stalkers trying their best to get back home towards some bit of civilization there inside the walls. That's a pretty darn nice play there for Ragnarok, keeping his fourth base alive. That's a big deal. He is not that far ahead on the worker count, but he is allowed to grow at that worker count now quite a bit. He's going to get himself some Mutalisks incorporated with this army as well. Over on the right. Ooh, Oracle once again getting caught out. Still catching the revelation though, so we'll be able to see where those Mutalisks are going for the time being. Another Stargate on the way, so Trap already making the response into the Phoenix for the time being. Gonna start gathering those up. Trap though, needs to see that Ragnarok is not going much deeper into the Mutalisk tech tree here. He didn't get any upgrades, he's not making any more, he's just going for more Zerglings, more Banelings right in front right there. That is an interesting move. Is that something that can help out to get a bit more HP on Zerglings or something? Is that actually something that you would want to do? I don't think so, right? Pretty darn crazy. Anyway, the Zerglings, the Banelings, the Roaches, Ravagers, everything coming in here. Will this be enough here for Ragnarok? Will he be able to finally bust on through here? Banelings getting closer and closer. The cannons and shield battery overcharge here, trying to help out as much as possible. And yeah, this should be quite a nice hold for Trap. Repositioning himself once again inside of those nicely constructed buildings. Being able to mitigate the amount of damage the Zerglings and the Roaches can do here. In that choke. In the artichoke. Another Colossi does fall though. Another one on the right here is going to fall as well. That's going to be taken out quite rapidly. The Zerglings, ooh, a quick warp in there. Not quite being able to gain access into the main base. Zerglings still should be able to do quite well against these Stalkers, but there's just so many of them. But the Roaches and the Ravagers are not enough here to really pull that through. Ragnarok, he lost a lot of his army, but he managed to get a cancel or a denial on that fourth base of Trap. He mentioned to trade somewhat efficiently. Somewhat efficiently, right? It took out quite a good amount of the hefty gas units here for Trap, and they are the most important ones. Trap holds. Trap holds in the end. Oh, Ragnarok, where can he take this? He's making the melee upgrades. Trying to fight the Phoenix here with the Mutalisk. No other Phoenix being created right now. No Mutalisk. Gonna counter each other out there with the attack. Did Inno win? No, Inno unfortunately did not win. That's why we're seeing Ragnarok now in the winners match. We'll see Innovation later on going up against Solar though. We'll have a bit of a rematch there against another Zerg. See how he manages to fare against that one. Alright, Ragnarok once again going all the way up to max supply here. Let's see what he will be able to do against the army for Trap. Good amount of sentries there with the Blink Stalkers. Hive Tech on the way as well here for Ragnarok. So not completely committed to this. We'll still be able to hopefully transition a little bit here. Blink Stalkers, they are a little bit on their lonesome. But they will be able to blink away, of course, back into the rest of the Protoss force. And nice, good, reasonable force fields. But is it just too much this time around? The Baneling's getting good connections onto the Stalkers. Doing an alright job, but once again, Trap holding on here. Those Colossi, the microing backwards very nicely, being able to handle this very, very well. More Zerglings coming in. They are not just there to try and tango with the Stalkers, but also to tank some fire from those Colossi, so they don't just continuously swipe away at the Roaches and the Ravagers. Some counter aggression here as well with the Zealots, being able to pick off a Queen. And those force fields were pretty darn tasty. Holding on for now. Corruptus on the way though, with that Great Aspire most likely to follow. Mutalisk here, trying to get some harassment going as well on the right side. These Protoss forces look like they will be trying to move forwards once again. Trap not on his max supply just quite yet, so this could be a scary timing for him to move out, but still going to try to commit here. I mean, this is a timing window perhaps before we have anything really too terrifying in the sky. We don't have the Great Aspire even yet on the way. I was pretty convinced that that is what we were going to be seeing, but I suppose Ragnarok right now more so prioritizing getting his army back to 200 supply here. Which makes sense as well. That's a good amount of Corruptors here to take on with the, well, take on those Colossi numbers. Let's see if he will be able to do so. Tension can be cut with a knife here. There we are. Corruptors jumping forward. Zerglings and Banelings on the other side as well. The Disruptor shots getting some good connections onto those Roaches. Will it be enough here for Ragnarok to clean this up? It's just not enough on the ground. Unfortunately, the Stalkers and Immortals here do hold their own. We need to see a lot of Zerglings here being created. That Archon still a pain in the behind as well for Ragnarok, of course. Needs to find a way to quickly deal with that before he just sends in all those Zerglings. A wise warp in from Trap, realizing his army composition needs a bit more of that anti-Zergling. Comes in with 2 more Archons here. His army did get taken out. Corruptors immediately being sent across the field though. Coming in to try and take on the Nexus here. Blink Stalkers were forced backwards. Bit unfortunate there for Trap. On the right side, in counter aggression, those Zealots will be able to take on that Spine Crawler there. Opens up that base for later further aggression, of course. 2 Zerglings here finding another base that is left open. Ultralisk Cavern gets scouted, so no longer going to be a hidden tech tree right there. War Prism does get picked off as well. Not a lot of creep spread here for Ragnarok at the moment. Definitely something that he... You know what, does he still have queens available? He only has 3 queens. Ah, that is probably a reason why you wouldn't have a lot of creep spread. That makes sense, yes. Without the War Prism now, these Zealots frustratingly moving on the ground instead. I think on top of this hatchery here, that could be quite a bit of damage if this does get taken out. On the right side as well, he's moving in. Hatchery does yet live, but this one right here on the right, that one will fall. Great plan there by Trap. Bit of an overextension here with this entire army, especially with an observer just on top of it, being able to spot exactly where it's going. Trap making some great moves right there, being able to figure out where he is supposed to go. Careful. Those Stalkers still quite a bit of a fragile unit against. Well, we don't have Adrenal Glands. What in the what? We've had Hive Tech for so long, and we've been on mostly Ling Baneling. I thought he would have had it by now, but I don't think he maybe realizes. Coming in from multiple angles here, the Colossi do fall, but once again, the ground forces here is what is keeping Ragnarok in trouble. More Zerglings coming in. The Archons, they are doing relatively well. The Zerglings not that well upgraded either. +3 Archons absolutely shredding them. Especially without those Adrenal Glands. There it is. GG is called. Trap moves